Hi all, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to review these Maped watercolor pencils. I have the 48 color set. When I looked up on the web, this seems to be the biggest set they have. It comes in a nice spacious tin box and there's a whole lot of information at the back that I can't read. The letters are too small and it is really cluttered. Over here at the back, they could have given all this information in the form of a leaflet that they put inside the box. Over here it says these pencils are triangular watercolor pencils. So let's open it up. It's a very thin, flimsy, cheap plastic tray. This tray can be easily, you can easily lose your grip and drop it on the floor, or the tray can easily break because it's very flimsy and it doesn't support the pencils very well. If you plan on using these pencils regularly, it's a good idea to take these out of its original packaging and put inside a separate container or maybe a pencil case holder. So that way you can protect your pencils better. And I feel like you get a fairly decent range of colors. I rearranged the pencils according to color categories, and it's time to do a little swatch test. I started off with the first two colors and let's see how the rest of the colors look. I'm applying the first half dry on the paper and I'm blending the second half using a water brush. I believe they mark this as a children's brand, but you will see that this is actually a really good quality pencil set. I would categorize this as a student grade adult coloring pencil because the colors are actually good quality. I had these pencils with me for the longest time and I think I used it only once or maybe twice. So it's been a couple of years since I bought this and it's only now I thought of doing a swatch test, and I'm impressed with the colors, the quality of the pigments and all that. So I'm kind of bummed that I didn't use this before. And later in this video I will compare this with Derwent Inktense pencils. It's actually not a really fair comparison because Derwent Inktense is considered to be a artist quality brand, whereas these are supposed to be a children's brand. So I'm kind of comparing apples to oranges, but you'll see that there is a very good this is a very good alternative to Derwent Inktense in case you cannot afford Derwent. The reason why I'm comparing this with Derwent is because those are the only two water soluble color pencils that I have. So I'm just gonna compare the two and you'll actually be surprised with the results. So please do hang around until I'm done with these swatches, and once I'm done I'll get back to the video. Alright, so I'm done with the first sheet. This has 24 colors. I think these look great, don't you? And these are supposed to be a budget pencil. Look at the names of these colors. Most of these are names of food items, and I found that super interesting. You got marshmallow, red bean, cherry plum, strawberry, and further up here you get cream and chocolate. Woody brown is just like a piece of wood. It has the exact same color. It's really surprising. And over here you get cappuccino, fruity orange, orange juice. Isn't that interesting? So I just wanted to show that to you. They have some interesting color names. Okay, so those are just 24 colors. So I'm gonna swatch through the rest of the 24 colors, and I'll get back to the video once again after these swatches. And I just wanted to say that these colors are superb. I don't know why I didn't think about it that way. When I first bought this set, I just kind of put it aside because they're not as expensive or recognized as some of the other brands that I have, like Derwent Inktense, which kind of does the same thing, although the Derwent Inktense is a permanent ink. Once the ink dries, I mean, they say that you can't reactivate, but you can. But 90% of it, or almost all of it, are like set, so you can draw on top of it without activating the bottom layer. In some cases I've noticed that you can actually some of it gets lifted, but for the most part the Derwent Inktense colors are permanent. I'm gonna bring my Derwent Inktense swatches just to get you an idea. I mean, I have a feeling that there isn't a significant difference, if at all, These seem to be a lot more vibrant even. First thing is like if it is too bright, it will be difficult to be used in natural illustrations like botanical illustrations. In that sense, I find that the Derwent colors are a lot more earthy and a lot more muted. So they might be more suitable for botanical kind of illustrations like natural settings, but I don't see a significant difference, to be honest. And the good thing is these pencils, the Maped pencils, are a lot less expensive than the Derwent. I have the Derwent 36 color set and the Maped 48 color set, less than half the price of the Derwent 36 color set. So that will kind of give you an idea how inexpensive the Maped colors are. So for the price, I have a feeling that they actually have a very nice color range, and those colors are really nice, really beautiful, very vibrant. I don't know how light fast they are. I bet they are not light fast because it's kind of like a student grade or a kiddie material, art material. So I'm guessing that the colors are not light fast, but that is sort of the only disadvantage I feel that these colors have. Other than that, I also feel in some cases it might be a little chalky, but I don't know, I can't tell that there's a significant difference. If you can't afford the Derwent, this is definitely the way to go. I'm gonna do a little comparison. I've got here Derwent Inktense and Maped. So we have Red Kiss and Poppy Red. They are similar colors. Sun Yellow and Sunny Yellow. The letters are a little faded. I guess that's the difference between a student grade and a professional range well-made pencil. But we'll see whether there's a difference in the colors. Both are apple green. Then I have violet. I have sea blue and marine blue. Let's do a comparison of these. And Maped. So right off the bat, I could say that Derwent is a lot more pigmented than Maped, because when I laid down, I had to use a lot of pressure to get the Maped colors laid down to this thickness on the paper. You can see that in some instances there are even scratch marks on the paper because I had to put a lot of pressure, whereas the Derwent went down on the paper pretty smoothly. This had to be pressured and pushed down on the paper to get to this level of pigmentation. Otherwise, the pigments don't transfer onto the paper that easily. So that is one drawback of the Maped pencils. They are not as heavily pigmented as Derwent, obviously. Kind of same along the same lines. When you blend, these can be blended out to quite a lot, whereas you can see that towards the end it tends to get like really faded. That is because of the pigment quality. Now this is not loaded with pigment, so towards the end of the paper it kind of becomes very watery and it gets very light. Whereas the Derwent, it starts off pretty heavily pigmented and really bright, deep color, and when you drag it over, this is close to where this thing is starting. You can see that, right? In almost all the colors you can see that this is somewhat where it starts. So that is how pigmented the Derwent is. So definitely I can tell you right off the bat that Derwent is better. But and the other thing is, I think Derwent is light fast, which means the colors won't fade with time, whereas Maped is obviously, again, it's not light fast. I think it's a children's brand, or it's a student grade color pencil, so it's made to be tested and messed around with, not designed to be used in the long term. So paintings won't is are not archivable. So that is the other drawback of Maped. But if you're a student, or if you're just trying to just play around with the colors, and you're a hobbyist or someone like that, then definitely, and you are on a tight budget, then comparatively I don't see a significant difference between the colors, to be honest. I mean, yes, the Derwent is better, but if you're a student, or you're on a tight budget, and you're not specifically painting to for the paintings to be sold, then I think definitely Maped is the right choice for you. The Maped 48 color set is less than half of the price of the Derwent 36 color set. So the Derwent is definitely a lot more expensive than Maped. I don't know whether we need to do any other comparison, because the pencils are almost kind of the same, towards the same height. I have used both these pencils. I have used the Derwent more than the Maped, so that is why it's a bit, the Maped is a bit, seems a little bit longer, because I have used the Derwent pencil before, and the barrel is almost the same. So there isn't a huge difference there either. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. So in case you can't afford the Derwent, you can go for Maped color pencils. My initial impression of the Maped color pencils were wrong. I actually really like these pencils. Alright, thanks for watching this video, and please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already, and I'll see you next time with more art videos. Bye bye.